Hello, Bloomies and Bloomettes. My name is Praise. I am going to give you a little introduction and tell you a little bit about myself. So, currently, I am a transplant surgeon in Mississippi at the University of Mississippi Medical Center. I do general surgery, vascular access surgery, and I also do abdominal organ transplants, so liver transplants, kidney transplants, and pancreas transplants. I also trained doing intestinal transplants, which is a pretty cool surgery as well. So, how did I even get here from Zimbabwe, where I was born and raised, to Mississippi? Well, I was born right after independence in Zimbabwe, and my parents, Titus and Rose, and my big sister Faith, who was about 3.5 years old when I was born, welcomed me into this amazing family. And I grew up in Zimbabwe. When I was about 8 years old, there was a team of doctors that came from Loma Linda University, and they were doing congenital heart surgeries. And at that time, my dad told me about it because I had decided from the age of 4 that I wanted to be a doctor. So whenever there were missionary doctors or something to do with medicine, he would tell me about it. And he told me about it, and I was extremely fascinated about the prospect of doing surgery on the heart, even though I had no idea what that meant. Fast forward to when I was about 10 years old, and my dad got me the book Gifted Hands. This was in 1991, and I think it was after it had just come out. And I read that book in 3 hours. I was in 5th grade, and it deeply impacted me. I really thought for sure there is no way that you can have someone in the slums of Detroit rise up to become a neurosurgeon, and then have someone like me from Zimbabwe not be able to do that. So from then on, I knew for sure that I was going to realize my dream. We moved to the States when I was 14 in the dead of winter in December to Michigan. That was a rude awakening. Snow is cute on television, but not when you have never seen snow. When I grow up, I am going to move to someplace warm. Never thought it would be Mississippi though, but hey, here we are. And so fast forward to when I was 18 years old, and I became pregnant out of wedlock. And I didn't mention this before, but I am a pastor's daughter. So you can only imagine when you live in a small community with everybody who is very Christian. And our community, we are Seventh-day Adventists, so we lived in a community where everything shuts down from sunset Friday to sunset Saturday. So you can only imagine the talk and the isolation that I experienced. But let's rewind back to when I was 14. When I was 14, a friend of ours came to our house on a Saturday afternoon. It was a beautiful day. And she said to my sister and I, hey, do you guys want to go to East Lansing? We were so excited to go to East Lansing, the home of Michigan State University. So we went there for our little road trip, and we went to Lansing Community College, and then we stopped at Michigan State University. And at Michigan State University, in front of the administration building, there's a big S. So I remember taking a picture there in front of the administration building, standing on that big S. And behind the photo, I wrote that this is where I will come for medical school one day. So now fast forward to when I'm 18 years old, here I am pregnant out of wedlock, and how am I going to get to medical school now? Well, I had very wise parents. So my mother, who had been telling me, since you are an immigrant child, you don't have financial aid to help you, why don't you go to nursing school? You can have a career, you'll be able to take care of your baby, you'll be able to do all the things, and then eventually you'll be able to still pursue your dream. And initially I had been resistant because I had wanted to just go the route of pre-med and then medical school. But then with the baby coming along, I had to figure out a way to feed a baby because pre-med does not pay the bills. Maybe it does now, it didn't then. So I went to nursing school, and me being a smart 20-year-old, I thought, you know what? Even though I am in this abusive relationship, I think it is better that I have another baby because I don't want my children to have different fathers. And which now looking back, it was actually a great thing because my son and daughter have each other and nobody else can understand them other than them two. Here I was, just a shell of myself, and I was just trying to survive with these small children. Who am I? The rest you will find out in following episodes. But I am a mom, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a wife, yes, I'm a doctor, I'm a best friend, I'm a friend, I'm an auntie. I am a lot of things. I wear all the hats and I do all the things. And we have so much to talk about. And we cannot wait to dive into all these talks with you guys. So are you ready to bloom?